for me. I'm a man. I'm 40. I'm not a kid.
Alright, so everyone did this as a kid, right? You're in a store and you see those vending machines. Ooh, you want that drink or that candy bar. It's a highlight in a young kid's day. There's staples in communities everywhere. Lifelong family, friends, and friends of the podcast are here for you. Gymnasiums, rec centers, playgrounds, wherever. KL&P Vending Inc. Family owned, family run. Come to us when you need your vending done. That's where the Gamertime podcast is going. Call them. 717-371-3350. That's KL&P Vending Inc. Okay?
Yeah.
And that bet was for a case of dew.
Case of Dew.
Case of Dew.
Diet Mountain Dew, baby.
Diet Mountain Dew. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that bet was who would hit the most home runs by the end of the regular season in baseball. Between the Phillies and the Yankees, now we picked 3 versus 3 in that category.
Correct.
Do you remember the players? Because I can't quite remember.
I know
Obviously, it was Bryce and Reese and who else? McCutcheon. You picked
But I
McCutcheon.
can replace him.
What? How?
What? The guy's out for the year. How
Exactly.
The guy's out for the year. I can do one replacement.
What? What are you talking about?
You can have a replacement. Right. If Judge or Stanton or whoever the crap third guy goes down, I can do one replacement.
Fine, because I think the third guy after Judge and Stanton, I think I picked Didi, and I think he's out for the year.
Yeah.
So, fine.
Okay.
One replacement.
One replacement. Who would your replacement be?
Well, it's got to be Sanchez.
Sanchez.
He's raking right now.
He's raking, like he's raking leaves or like
home runs.
Okay.
Home runs.
I'm just.
Who's your replacement?
Well, I was thinking about going with the rookie Scott Kingery, but I think I'll go for another power hitter and JT Realmuto. Hot shot catcher.
Okay. JT Realmuto is currently sitting right now with the Philadelphia Phillies. Mm-hmm. I know I'm dragging this out. Hold on. His statistics are for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's not showing me home runs. Where is home runs? 12 home runs.
12, alright.
Do you got a calculator on this thing?
I do.
Pull it up.
All right,
12 home runs.
We got 12 here.
Okay. The next man for the Philadelphia Phillies, Bryce Harper. Got it?
Bryce Harper.
17 home runs.
12 and 17.
Yep. Okay. And who was the third guy? Hoskins. Reese Hoskins. 21 home runs.
That's an even 50, sir.
50 home runs so far.
Absolutely.
Okay. And my side of the bet, Gary Sanchez. So far, 24 home runs.
Okay.
The next player, Aaron Judge. 11 home runs. That number is going to skyrocket.
Okay.
And
your third.
Giancarlo Stanton. Ooh. Crap. 1 home run.
1. Okay.
Yeah.
That was just a 0 and a 1. Nothing.
But he also only has 31 at bats this year. So that number will also pick up.
That total equals from those 3 equals 36.
36. All right. I'm down 14 home runs right now.
Correct.
And we've got 2.5 months left.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's your update for our first bet. I would like to propose a new bet.
Oh boy.
Okay?
Go on.
The team with the better record at the end of the 2020 NBA season. The Indiana Pacers
Between who?
and the Charlotte Hornets. For you to say that the Indiana Pacers will not make the playoffs, and to say that the Charlotte Hornets will make the playoffs. That means that the Hornets will have a better record than the Pacers, correct? That's exactly what you're saying.
Correct.
All right. A second case of Or would you like something else? What do you want to bet on?
Well, to be completely honest with you, I feel more safer with my Pelicans bet than I would Charlotte. You're saying Utah?
Okay, Pacers versus Pelicans?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me that.
I'll still take the Pacers.
Okay.
Better overall record. That's what you're saying?
Between the Pelicans and the Pacers.
Correct. Who's got the better record at the end of the year, Pelicans or Pacers?
No, obvious.
Pacers.
No, the Pelicans.
All right. So let's move on here. Okay. So we've got a huge abundance of home runs in baseball this year.
Holy crap. I mean, these guys must be on steroids or something. I mean, this is unbelievable.
It's pretty crazy, yeah. But none more bigger than some of the high scores in games.
Huh.
Okay? Just last night, we're speaking on a Friday night here, but just Thursday night, you've got the great rivalry, Boston Red Sox and New York Yankees.
Best in baseball.
In Fenway Park. Pitcher for the Yankees was Masahiro Tanaka. Okay, decent pitcher. Comes up, starts the game, just completely torn apart. Red Sox could not miss. I'm serious. I feel like if they bunted, it would have been a home run. It was incredible.
Right, that does sound like a championship caliber team right there. Just never missing.
Yeah. Well, final score at the end of the night, 19-3.
Whew.
Pretty amazing. Yeah. Complete blowout. Just a lot of offense, mostly the Red Sox. Some are saying that this is almost like a revenge game because of what happened about a month or two ago. And that would be the Boston Red Sox versus the New York Yankees, but over in London.
London?
Yes, London, UK. Where there were 12 runs scored in the very first inning. Now, some of that is because it's a hitter's park.
All right. And
that the wall is actually, I believe they said it was, the furthest part of the park was under 400.
Right.
Yeah. So it was a much smaller park, which is unheard of in major leagues. I mean, guys could shank a ball in the left corner, hit it over, 350? And it's it, and it's a homer. So that was an easy way to get runs, and it was, I forget the final score, but it was a pretty high-scoring game. But the question, I don't want to get into steroid talk, okay? I just don't. It's not a category I really like talking about. I just like watching the game, and I like watching home runs. So let's leave it at that. But a part of this conversation that we're overlooking is the fact that there was a game in London.
Right.
How do you feel about sports in general, not just baseball, playing in London? Well,
as we know that the NFL has been trying to get more and more games in London as part of a way to expand and
grow the league. Yeah.
Definitely grow the league, and if we're looking at a Las Vegas Raiders team, who else is going to be next? We're thinking, and also that's a lot of travel. I just think the dynamics of it. I think like you're building stadium. You build a specific stadium in London for baseball, and it looks pretty cool from what I saw, and it's. I think it could be good for the league to expand and play different places, different venues. And honestly, when I was watching that game, it started out 6-0 Yankees, top first. I'm like, well, it's over. I didn't even think about turning it on again. Right. So I kept watching just in case, and
20 minutes later,
tie game 6-6, going in the top second.
Right.
And then out of nowhere, the Yankees score 11 runs, and it was like 17-6. I'm like, wow. Again, it's over. I'm done.
Right.
I actually watched the whole game. It was high scoring, obviously, but
it's crazy.
How about you? What do you like the fact that it can go anywhere in the world now?
I actually don't.
Okay.
I don't. I don't like the fact that. Look, I'm not saying we shouldn't grow these games: football, baseball, basketball, hockey, whatever. I'm not saying the games shouldn't grow globally. I think they should. But when you're talking about regularly scheduled games in London, or overseas wherever. I don't like it. I like my teams to stay in the country. I don't know. I just think the travel is insane. Okay, that's over. I think I heard that's like a 10-hour flight. Like, it's insanely long flight over the pond. The teams, let's say, okay, so one of the poster childs in football for London were the Jaguars.
Right.
It seemed like they were playing a game in London once a year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're saying that if the Jaguars were to leave Jacksonville and go and be the London Jaguars or the London whatever, it just doesn't feel right to me. It just doesn't feel like that's a NFL football team. Like, I feel like when you're talking about NFL, it should be an American team. But what I don't have a problem with is the UK in general, or London or wherever, starting their own league.
Okay.
Starting the game there. Okay, that's fine. If they want to make the EFL, the Europe Football League, or I guess they can't call it football over there.
Right, yeah.
But, if they call it something like that, then that's fine. That's a whole nother talent pool, but I just don't want to associate the two. If you want to start an Olympic type thing, and it's the same thing with basketball, where they've got all these different leagues in basketball over in Europe and stuff like that, but they don't really associate with the NBA. So,
yeah, but here's a quick point that I want to ask you.
Yeah.
If you're saying and to start the year, they started a series with Seattle, I believe, and I believe Oakland in the beginning of the season. They started a game in Japan. They started a 2-game series in Japan.
Oh, baseball, yeah.
So, and a lot of our players now, they're not just Americans. They come from everywhere. They come from Japan, Cuba, everywhere. All these international stuff. So, if the players can be from anywhere, why couldn't you have baseball in their home countries?
Yeah, okay. Okay, so who are the two teams again?
For
Japan?
The Japan, I would believe it was the Seattle Mariners and the Oakland A's.
Okay, so Seattle and Oakland go to Japan. They play a game, and it was a decent crowd. I'm not sure if it was packed or what, but it was a good crowd.
Yeah, it was a dome stadium.
Okay. The highlight of that was Ichiro Suzuki.
Right.
Okay, that's why it was packed. Okay, he's a Japanese baseball player. Mm-hmm. He played the majority of his career in Japan. Mm-hmm. Okay, it was almost like a homecoming thing. So that's why it was so big.
Yeah.
The Oakland A's and the Seattle Mariners, nobody in Japan care about those two teams. I'm sorry, they just don't. So they've got baseball is very rich in Japan. That culture loves baseball, and there's a lot of great talent coming out of Japan. Mm-hmm. Some of them come straight over to MLB and join, guys like the Angels, Ohtani.
Yeah.
And another great player from Japan, or Korea, I forget, but in that vicinity is what I mean. That sounds racially biased, but whatever. I think that they have great talent, mm-hmm. but they love their teams. I think one of them is like the Tigers. What's the?
Yes. I know.
I forget the city, but there's a Tigers team over there in Japan that is like the Yankees. Apparently, they've a great tradition. They love Japan baseball.
Right.
They don't necessarily. I can't speak for them, but it's the MLB isn't the team.
Right.
You know what I mean? They love Japan baseball for a reason. So, yeah.
I understand.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on. We are so close, dude. We are so close.
To what?
Football, baby. Football.
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 College, pro, high school?
6 days, all of it. 6 days away from the very first preseason game of the year.
Oh boy.
It's going to be beautiful. I cannot wait. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
The very first preseason game is always the Hall of Fame game.
Mhm.
It's played in Canton. And it usually associates with an inductee. I'm pretty sure that they try and take like the biggest name who's being inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
His former team, they'll put them in the Hall of Fame game
Okay.
or something like that. The Denver Broncos have 2 this year.
Oh.
Their late owner, who just passed away,
Yeah.
and the great corner,
Champ Bailey.
Champ Bailey. Thank you. Redskin and Bronco, Champ Bailey, and Pat Bolin was the former owner who passed away. So they decided to have the Denver Broncos in the Hall of Fame game, the very first preseason game of the year.
Nice.
They'll be playing the Atlanta Falcons. I cannot wait. I am a Broncos fan. To just be able to watch some football again will just be beautiful. But one of the bigger reasons why I'm excited to watch this is because you get to see everybody on the team. Okay, and like right away, because the starters only play a little bit. You get to see rookies. You get to see upcoming talent. You get to see undrafted guys who are trying to make the team. And we had a big one. We had a big one last year. Running back Philip Lindsay, undrafted guy, made the team, made the starting position, 1,000 yards, and a Pro Bowl running back.
Right.
Undrafted.
Undrafted.
But the biggest name I want to see is Drew Lock, our hopefully future quarterback. Do not care for Joe Flacco, but I'm excited to watch some Drew Lock and see how he performs in his first game as a professional quarterback. The Atlanta Falcons, I mean, they're all starters. If you're going to watch the Falcons, you're going to watch them in the regular season. Like there isn't much to watch in the preseason.
So as far as the preseason goes, like other than your team specifically with your franchise quarterback potential, is there any other names, either rookies or veterans, or anybody that you really want to watch this year obviously in the regular season, but just to start the year in the preseason? Any names to look out for you?
It would be interesting to see the quarterbacks. Obviously,
rookie quarterback.
Rookie quarterback.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
The one name I'm thinking of is Haskins for the Redskins.
Haskins.
There's a chance he's not the starter because of last year's Broncos quarterback, Minnesota Vikings quarterback, Case Keenum. Yes. You're always looking at the Arizona Cardinals #1 pick, Kyler Murray.
My man,
former Heisman.
I'm telling you, that guy's going to be something.
He's definitely a starter.
Yes.
You don't ship out last year's starter and take him and not put him as starter. So he's going to be the starter. I think they're going to play him a little bit. Like, I don't think he's going to play one down and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And come out. Like, I think they're going to want to play the rookie and get him reps, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I think you're going to see the starting quarterback of the Cardinals go for probably half of the first quarter. That's my guess, yeah. But I'm excited, man. You got decent matchups. You got Titans and Eagles. You got Patriots and Lions. The Redskins and the Browns. The Jets and the Giants, that annual New York game. The Jets and the Giants every preseason. The annual preseason game between the Eagles and the Steelers usually is annually, once every year.
I feel like they usually play the Jets every preseason. I don't know why, but they
play the Jets. Yeah. Actually, it doesn't look like it's happening. The Eagles don't play the Steelers in the preseason. That's weird. But yeah, there's a couple of great ones for. I believe it starts Thursday, August 8th. It's the first preseason week where the majority of the teams are playing.
Right.
Your Dallas Cowboys
yes.
are not playing until Saturday the 10th. against the 49ers.
I'll be watching that.
You will, because it's on NFL Network.
Cool.
So there you go. So yeah, I'm very excited, man. Football's right around the corner. College football's right around the corner. We're like a month away from that.
We're getting pumped about Sundays, but we can't forget about Saturdays as well.
I love Saturdays. Football, everybody loves NFL Sundays because it's all day long, but Saturdays are legit, like 14 hours straight of football. Like it's 12 noon until like 2 a.m. in the morning. Well, 3 a.m. Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
Hawaii, if they've got a home game, they're not kicking off until midnight.
Right.
It's great. It's awesome.
That is.
There's no way you're making it. It's great.
And speaking of like late night games, they usually do it, but I heard week 1 of the NFL regular season, there's 2 Monday night games, which
that's normal. That's actually the Denver Broncos first. They play the last game of the week. The last game of the first week against the Raiders.
Raiders.
Monday Night Football at 10:30 at night. So I'm not gonna be able to stay up that late, but yeah. Like I said, very excited. The local high school teams look pretty decent. Mannheim is returning again with their quarterback. I don't know if you heard anything about our alma mater, Hempfield, but
no. I know Township's always in the mix, unfortunately, but obviously our biggest rivals. But back to the preseason, there's 2 guys I'm looking forward to watching. One offense specifically, that rookie you mentioned earlier, Mr. Murray, the quarterback of the Arizona Cardinals. I just think look out for that team.
Right.
Like that new offensive coordinator coming from an air raid offense, just watch him fly. I mean, he's gonna run, he's gonna throw, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do a lot. So I'm looking forward to seeing that, and also a guy out of Clemson on defense for the Giants, Dexter Lawrence, big body up the middle there. So I want to see how he performs in his first rookie attempt. Should be a fun time.
Yeah, the preseason is always a great time to get to see the big names that were just announced in the draft. You know what I mean? A crap ton of defensive players. We had a podcast on it with Tyler, recapping the first couple of rounds and stuff. And it'll be interesting to finally see the names that we said, to see them play. Probably not for long. Nobody ever really plays that much in preseason. It's most of the time it's guys who are just trying to make the team. Mm-hmm. But it'll be really interesting, and I'm super pumped for the regular season, and just to have football back, man, just that fall time football feeling. It's gonna be great.
Definitely, and as far as our podcasts go, about a little over a month or so, we're going to be getting into
we will try and turn our Friday podcasts into a little bit of like a weekly preview or so for that weekend's, pretty much the whole weekend. We can do some college, we can do some pros, we can do predictions for here and that, for this and that, and maybe we can even do a phone call somewhere on like a Tuesday or Wednesday, mm-hmm. and just go over what we did.
Yeah.
The results.
That's fine.
And put that out too. So, big thing coming up, Madden 20. Yeah.
All those football lovers out there, man.
Yeah.
Playing those
video games, dude. It's always been a great game, and I plan on getting it as soon as I can, and just another year on the sticks. What do you think? Is there a feature that you're looking forward to?
They said that this is going to be the best one of them so far, and I obviously like to see it to believe it, but I'm a Madden player. I'm super excited to. They kind of brought Superstar Mode back, where you can get you go through college and you do the draft
playoffs
stuff,
too.
Playoffs.
That's awesome.
You get to pick your team there out of a couple colleges, and then you get drafted and you start your career. They don't have all the positions right now. They only have a quarterback, but I think that would still be a fun thing to do. And obviously, us franchise guys, with 2K, we want to take your Broncos, my Cowboys. We want to build a dynasty and
exactly
take our teams in franchise mode. So look forward to that.
I hear they brought back the Pro Bowl, which is great. I'm glad. I like it just because it's authentic.
Yeah.
The authenticity is there. When you didn't have your Pro Bowl, it's just like you had the rosters announced. You saw what guys made the Pro Bowl, but you couldn't play it. It's just so weird.
Right.
I feel like 2K does their franchise so well and so deep. It's so just authenticism it's a perfect blend of authenticism and customization.
Yes.
You can change almost anything, and you can change almost anything in real life basketball because they give you every step that the real life basketball has. They put it in their franchise, and you can change things, you can do things, you can all this different stuff. The 2K Hoops Summit, you're allowed to play with the high school players who are about to become prospects for the next season's draft. It's insane. If Madden could do something like that, just dive deep into free agency in the offseason and the draft, in weekly preparations every day, into maybe like a recap show, stuff like that. Like, it would just make the franchise so much better. But
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing that and seeing 2K20 come out. That's going to be great too. So
as far as the men release, I know it's the 2nd, and some people can play it obviously earlier, but
yeah, early access stuff.
I know GameStop is going to release it at about 9 o'clock. Get there at 9 o'clock, you can get it on the very first night. I might try to do that if I have nothing to do.
Okay.
If I can get a ride, I definitely want to get it as soon as possible.
Yeah. All right, people. This is a much needed podcast. It's been way too long. I appreciate everybody for listening. It's been a nice long one. So, Big Al, appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for coming back. We're
really happy to be back.
And
yeah.
Again, not the Men in Black.
Yeah.
See the movie, folks. But we miss you all and hope you all missed us. So
we're gonna try our best to keep it up, and we'll, like I said before, some phone calls here and there, but in-person stuff as much as we can too. So thank you, everybody. This is the Gamertime podcast. We did get an email. Did you know? I guess you didn't know this. We did get our very first email. Let me try and pull this up real fast for that person. I hope I can find it. It's been a while since I've seen it. From your buddy.
My buddy.
Your buddy. Crap, it's not in here. Yes, we got an email.
Mm-hmm.
The friend who drives you around.
Well, that's 1,000 people, but one in particular, probably Josh Ziegler.
Yes, Josh. Sorry. Josh, I could not remember your name, my friend. But thank you for the email. You called in offering a guest on the podcast. And we are currently, that's a very good idea. Guests are always welcome. But at this point, we had a nice hiatus. And we are just now coming back. So give us a little bit of time. Maybe we can have that happen sometime. But right now we are focusing on some football. We are focusing on some basketball in a few months. Mm-hmm. And we are very looking forward to where the podcast is going. Like I said before, look out for a side project that we want to do. Some commentary on some basketball, football, and baseball video games. You get to hear our funny voices making jokes and doing our best commentary. So look out for that. But like I said, thank you to everybody tuning in. This is the Gamertime Shows podcast. You can, hopefully you're listening to us on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button, the like button, whatever. You can find us on Twitter as well at Gamertime Shows. The email that Josh was able to email us on, and we encourage anybody else to do so as well. Send in your questions, send in your requests, anything like that. It's gamertimeshows@gmail.com. So I appreciate everybody for listening. Big Al, thank you, brother.
Thank you, and also we all look forward to me winning 2 cases of dew. So, thank you.
We'll see about that.
God bless you, folks. Keep listening. Keep helping us. We'll help you. So, we love doing it, and we'll continue.
All right. Peace.
Peace.